I paid half the rent. Half the rent, half the rent. I paid half the rent. Let me tell you about the audacity of a man who left me after what I paid to be. Half the rent, half the groceries, half the bills, half of everything, and still got dealt the raw deal. Kept the receipts literally and figuratively, contributed to everything, and he just left me. Didn't even have the decency to say thanks. I paid half the rent and he walked to the bank. Half the light bill, half the water too, half the internet that he used to watch other girls while I was at work. I paid half the rent for what exactly? I paid half the rent, half the rent, split everything down the middle. I paid half the rent, still ended up alone. I paid half the rent, contributed like a partner should. I paid half the rent and got played like I knew I would. I paid half the rent, got the receipts right here. I paid half the rent for a man who disappeared. Furnished half the living room, picked out half the decor. But the couch is still sitting on, I bet he forgot. Split the streaming services, split the date nights too. Split my whole entire life down the middle for you. Now he's out here with somebody new in our old space, sitting on my couch with somebody else in my place, using the Wi-Fi that I have paid for last year. I paid half the rent and I'm out of there. Half the light bill, half the water too, half the internet that he used to watch other girls while I was at work. I paid half the rent for what exactly? I paid half the rent, split everything down the middle. I paid half the rent, and still ended up alone. I paid half the rent, contributed like a partner should. I paid half the rent, and got played like I knew I would. I paid half the rent, got the receipts right here. I paid half the rent for a man who disappeared. January rent, I paid half. February groceries, paid half. March light bill, I paid half. April internet, I paid half. May date night, I paid half. June vacation, paid July half. Through December, paid half. Whole entire year, paid and what did I get? I paid half. Absolutely nothing. I paid half. A lesson in receipts, paid half. Never again. I paid half. Next man pays for. I paid half. Or he can go. I paid half the rent and I'm done. I paid half the rent, split everything down the middle. Half the rent, still ended up alone. I paid half the rent, contributed like a partner should. I paid half the rent and got played like I knew I would. I paid half the rent, got the receipts right here. I paid half the rent, lesson learned loud and clear. Half the rent, half the bills, half for everything against my will. Half the rent, half the love, half was never quite enough. I paid half the rent, never again. I paid half the rent, that's where it ends. Next man gets nothing till he proves his worth. I paid half the rent, and I know what I'm worth.